We are going live. We are live. Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. It is almost Pisces season. So good to see you guys. We love you. You're so wonderful. So as we're waiting for everyone to hop on, type in the comments one thing that you're excited about or that you're feeling right here, right now, and for this Pisces season.
Okay.
Yay! Yes. So good.
So, and just a reminder, so we all know
Yes.
we're on the same page that Pisces season doesn't actually kick off until Thursday, the 18th. But we're here kicking it off today with you, getting you a little bit of a head of the curve,
Head start.
We're
all on that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that we can really sync up and charge up and kind of prepare ourselves in a way and just plan and get really aligned for what's to come. So that is our intention, and we're so excited to be here with you guys to share what's coming through right now.
I'm turning that off because I think it's giving us a little bit of
Okay.
Okay, you guys. All right. So, hello. Okay, so you guys are feeling a lot of things, which is exactly what a Pisces season's all about. Feeling,
Yes.
depth. It's a water sign. It's very, water is a conductor of energy, right? So it's very, it's deep. It can take us all the way into merging into the infinite Pisces. It's the very last sign of the zodiac. It's the very end. And so it's this like full expression of love and universal love and doing what we can to merge with that. Has anyone ever felt that like universal love, like feeling wash over you from like maybe a breath work or a meditation? Because I certainly have, and it is
unreal. Like where you just feel love flowing through you and it's just like a part of you and you're one with it, that kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I know so many of you guys have felt that. So yeah, it's interesting because we kicked off these YouTube lives. We had done them previously in 528 Abundance Academy, and we're about to open all new content and new meditation in our app and in our 528. So last time we were talking all about how, you know, it's all of this energy of a lot crumbling, and it's really our choice, especially with the Aquarius energy, to kind of sit stagnant and watch it crumble and be a part of the crumbling, or evolve and move forward. And now Pisces is this kind of new year. We just had the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year. You have that new energy kicking off that really is asking us to be creative and take leaps and do things differently. So we can feel ourselves in that transition, and you might be feeling that right now. And it can often show up, and it's showing up for Tara and I, and just with the messages that we're receiving in this choice and almost this crossroads of you have a choice to go this way and move forward and evolve and change and do those scary things and take all those leaps, or you can stay safe and you can sit here and there's not much else to say about sitting and staying here.
Oh, you guys, I laugh because I went to Britt's house. I'm taking one of her bikes to my house so we can ride bikes at my house. And we were talking about a situation that came up, and in the garage, she's like, I mean, you could just like go and like, you know, or you could just like stay in your comfort zone. That's fine. And I was like, oh, shut up. I was like, just like stay in your comfort zone. And I was like, when you put it like that, it's like you can't like stay there. It's like, God.
I just stay where you're at.
Yeah,
it's fine.
She just said it so cavalier. Anyway, so it's kind of that, right? So there's a lot of that feeling, and it's interesting because, okay, we talked about it a little bit last time, but should we tune in first?
Sure. Do you want to tune in together?
I have a tendency to just run in, and I feel like we need to tune in and connect our energy. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone who's just hopping on. Yeah. Okay. Let's all sync up.
Okay. Do you want to tune us in? You want me to?
You can.
Okay. All right. All right, everyone. So sit up tall, feet on the ground if you're in a chair. Hands are at the center of your chest. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Open the chest and exhale through your mouth. Let's do that one more time. Let's tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, 3 times, really tapping into that creative wisdom inside of us. And it's really that Pisces energy kind of, if you think about it. So let's tune into it. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Last time, connect to everyone. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale deeply. Palms are pressed together, eyes are closed. Look to the third eye point in between your eyebrows. Holding the breath. And exhale. All right, you guys.
And just sit for a minute. You're just being asked to sit for a minute with your palms open wide and straighten the spine, open the crown to receive, really open the crown, visualize the energy around the crown, expanding and opening wider and wider and wider. And see golden white bright light coming in, flowing like a waterfall into your aura, into the crown, into the body, into the hands, activating the hands for healing, activating the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, opening, opening, opening. Really allowing yourself to receive this Pisces energy that's coming in, that's available, that's here, that's opening us up to more compassion and to this deeper resonance of our truth and of ourself. So just receive that and see what comes through. Deeper healing, deeper compassion, deeper creativity. Really tapping us into this victory mentality. And feel free to share anything that's coming forward after tuning in and becoming more centered and grounded. And then through that visualization, was there anything specific that came forth? But that is really the energy that we're tapping into and we're aligning with and syncing up with in a higher capacity so that we can thrive and harmonize and align with this energy versus bumping up against it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's so much that is flowing in terms of messages here, but I'd love to start by just understanding, there's been a lot happening. The Schumann resonance has been more active, and I think a lot of us are feeling symptoms in our body. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I'd love to hear, has anyone in the last few days started to feel different sensations in your body that you don't normally feel? Okay. I'm not going to prompt you with what those are, but I'd love to just hear from you guys, what you've been feeling, because there's a lot of cellular body, physical body upgrading happening. And we'll talk a little bit about why that's happening. Okay. Love, love, love.
Love.
Pisces is that like, there was a Whitney Houston song that came on today, the Higher Love song.
Oh, give me the higher love. Oh, give me the higher love.
Oh.
I feel like Whitney Houston does that.
She does.
Give me the high. There was some love song that I was singing today too, but I can't remember it.
Well, so you're already tapping in. Okay, so restless legs. Yes. Okay. Elizabeth's been extra sensitive to food lately. You threw up all day yesterday.
Rishma's in the house.
I've been feeling that too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Definitely known friends that have had similar belly stuff going on, tingling.
Fatigue, your back hurts, your belly aches, lower pelvis. Okay, lots of tightness in your chest and back. Okay,
anxiety.
So, anxiety.
Okay.
Okay.
Where should we start?
Okay, so Britt and I, it's funny, we had a long conversation this morning, and so much of what has been happening in our own lives is very much mirrored in the astrology, and I guarantee you it's mirroring out on what you guys are feeling too. Okay.
Electric, yes.
Electric, okay. You can't quite describe it either, Michaela, but you feel different. Okay, so definitely, I started feeling yesterday, the Schumann resonance did a nice little spike yesterday, and it noticed it in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I started getting heart palpitations.
So much change.
So much change is happening.
Yes. You guys are so in sync with it. I just love it when it's like, yes, you guys get it.
Yeah. Oh my God, we are going to get into it today because Britt and I are just a little slap happy. Okay, so you guys, so there's a lot of physical change happening, and let's talk about why. So there's tomorrow, the 17th of February, we're coming up on the first of 3 squares between Saturn and Uranus. And we talked about this last time, right?
Yes,
a little bit? Okay,
yes,
we talked about it last time, but it's a square, so it's tension. It's like friction, if you will. And what that is doing is it's really showing us some extremes in feeling. Okay, so feeling rebellious or indecisive, okay, or constricted. Feeling where you may be unnecessarily complicating your life with indecision, being really up in your head, and just being overall indecisive and feeling divided, like you can't make a decision, that you maybe have yourself in one world and also in another. And so we have these things, and this is what Britt and I were talking about this morning. I told her I was like, I told a friend over the weekend, I felt like I was going crazy. And I'm like, I know what's going on here. I have this full life that has so much momentum and belief around, but I have these old beliefs in my old life that also have a lot of energy around, and I'm feeding them both. And so it literally makes you feel like you're splitting in two. Your cells are dividing, you're splitting, you're like, I'm getting thrashed around, and it's really intense. Yeah.
Very intense. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's happening here is, you guys, it's tension, right? Mm-hmm. So it's in a way normal. It's normal to feel this. However, what we're finding is you can't be really focused on where you're going without releasing and adjusting your belief system about how to hold that thing. We had somebody in our mastermind comment how she was feeling like she had called in this amazing manifestation that she really wanted, right? It was a new home. She was like so ecstatic about it. Now, this was a couple months ago. She moves in, and now she's having some changes with her job. And it has her thinking that, she's a little wobbly with things right now, meaning like she's a little back and forth with holding the vision of where she's going. And so she's saying things like, she was saying something like, I think maybe I wasn't ready for it consciously. And my understanding there is you're always ready for it when you have it, right? Like you're a vibrational match for it if it becomes yours. So then it just becomes about holding the vibe and holding the frequency. And if you're going back and forth between one belief system that's moving you forward, but one that's tethering you back. Do you see how you split? Oh, it's like so much tension.
Mm-hmm.
And so it feels like you're literally going to split in two.
Yeah.
And anxiety.
Right. And that is one of the biggest things. You know, we all hear so much talk, and so many people are always talking about manifestation, and it's all about, you know, receiving the manifestation. But there's also, after the manifestation comes into physical form, holding it. And, you know, on kind of the shadow side of it, you hear people that win the lottery, or, you know, those really extreme examples of people receiving something and then losing it all. And that's just a belief in itself that that person's running, but it's also a frequency of not holding the frequency and the energy, and swinging back and forth so much. And what's happening when we're swinging is we're really swinging into the past, and like holding on to those past beliefs, that past energy, that old stagnant stuff that's wanting to release, and that you've been maybe moving through, but that shows back up again. So holding, you know, the present moment where you're at and where you're going, and continuing to strengthen the nervous system, strengthen the body, tune up the mind, light up the third eye and the intuition, and continue this practice and this work so that we're able to hold this vision and these higher frequencies, and we're able to continue to heal and evolve versus going back and forth, back and forth. And with this Pisces energy and the shadow energy of indecision, we can really start to feel that right now, and it can show up in the areas that there's a little bit more healing to do, or where there's still energy held in your subconscious or in your chakras or in your field that is old, or tied to those old past limiting beliefs, and it just wants to move. It just wants to transform. It just wants to come along for the ride, where, like when Tara's saying she has all this energy over here moving in this direction, and then she has this, all this energy just wants to come. It wants to unify. It wants to merge. It wants to transform, alchemize, and all go together. So that's why it's like, hey, like, don't forget about me. I'm over here. I want to be seen and heard and looked at, and come. I want to come too. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of that happening right now, and your ego can come in and be like, hey, stay safe, stay over here. You know what that feels like. You know that life. You know those beliefs. You're so comfortable with that, and it's so safe and easy and comfortable, and you should do this over here because that's a lot easier. But really, when you're tapping into the soul and your truth and who you are and who you're becoming, it always is evolving. It's always changing. It's always shifting. It's always moving and elevating.
Well, and so to add to that, think about Pisces season. It's the very end of the zodiac, right? It's Britt's wearing the Beatles, love.
Yeah.
So it's the very end of the zodiac. So meaning it's like, what?
Oh, I'm just so glad that it's a sign.
Oh, it's a sign. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the very end of a cycle. So essentially, Pisces is a accumulation of all of the other 11 signs in the zodiac, meaning all those lessons we've learned since basically the start of the pandemic in 2020.
Yes.
Everything that we've learned. Now, Pisces also represents the hidden, the mysterious, the connection to the other side, the communication of the other side, the intuition, the unseen, right? And so we're at the very end here. And we have all this energy. We're going to go right into the spring equinox.
The end.
Right, yeah. We're at the end of that cycle. So we're moving into Aries season at the spring equinox in March. And so this is our opportunity to look at what are we still holding on to that does not want to come in this vision that we've accumulated and started focusing our energy on. It's like, let those tethers, like, you got to release them off, but you have to adjust your belief system. You know, it's just, you got to look at it. Like, that's just what you have to do here. And this is where that whole theme that's really coming in this year is like, you have to choose. Yeah. You have a choice. You stay in the old or you go with the new. You stay in, you know, 1 foot in one world, 1 foot in the other, you're gonna feel really fucking split. And you're gonna feel really like, it's gonna start to hurt your body. It feels like anxiety. It feels like body pains. It feels like you're going crazy. Like, you guys, I experienced this weekend. And, you know, what's beautiful is we have this technology and this, you know, ancient system of following the stars. Like, we know what's happening in the sky. So we know that we can rise above all of this because we know what's happening. So you choose. You gotta choose.
And it is what you feed. So like, you were feeling that you're feeding both. So of course that creates a split, because you're feeding. They're both getting fatter, more and more energy. Okay, so.
And then you're like bouncing, you're like, I don't know this one, but this one says this one. And you're just like, fuck. Because you just like can't.
Yeah.
You start to go like, I can't, you know, and it's just gonna get worse.
It's like, there's like a old Indian kind of folktale type of story you guys have probably heard. And it's like, and it's just describing how we all have the darkness and the light within us, whatever you want to call it. It's been depicted over time as like the angel and the devil, or the whatever it is. But it is just what we feed that grows. So choosing in that choice, in that decision on the light side of Pisces, is being really clear and focused and opened in the third eye and really connected, and your compass pointing north. You're really clear and connected and grounded, and you know this is north. You know all of the directions. Your energy is correct and centered, and not skewed or distorted. So you're correct in your energy, and then being aware and open and conscious to know, hey, yes, there's a lot of options for me. Yes, there's a lot of opportunities. Yes, I still am feeling some energy over here from the old. Yes, I created all of this new.
Yep.
So now from this place, can I be centered and balanced and choose to feed what I want and really make that decision? And if the decision's not clear yet, like Tara was feeling today, and if you're wasting your energy trying to run around the how and it's not here yet, then table it. Table it. If a decision's not ready and it feels forced and it feels like you can't even be grounded and centered and clear enough to choose, then table it. Put it on the side. You're not going to forget about it, and pick a date. Okay, you know, a month from now or 2 months from now, I'm going to revisit it. And then that gives you peace of mind. And then in a week from now or 2 weeks, if it comes in clear, great. Then you're okay to make the decision earlier than you planned, but at least you're not wasting your energy, and your mind isn't keeping you up at night, going into anxiety and all of this, trying to figure something out that's not yet ready. And that is the ego. So if we can surrender and work with the universe and trust that, hey, you know, a couple other things need to fill in, and other things are going to be delivered before the timing is right in the highest frequency for me to be clear on that decision, then you can really trust that and know that you're still moving forward. You're not staying stagnant, but you can table some things until they're ready.
Until you have a clear understanding of what you know, where you need to go. It's like, it's not ready if it's causing, you're not ready to make the decision if it's causing anxiety. It's just not. Like, so.
And releasing that how, like often when we release the how, literally it drops in. It drops in right away. We stop trying to control and figure it all out. Have you guys experienced that? I know so many of you guys have. And that is leaning into the trust, surrendering and letting it go, and receiving and being open.
Like, for example, Jay, because this happened to me this morning. After my meditation, well, it was before my meditation, I was kind of like, oh, you know, it's already 15th or 16th of February. I just feel like things aren't moving as fast as I need them to go. And I was like, oh, that's such a weird thought to have. Not a weird thought, but just like not a really serving me thought. I'm like, okay, like things can change overnight. Like, let's just say that things can literally change overnight. And I released it out. I was like, you know, I'm going to do my best and I'm just focus on where I want to go here and everything will work out. Kid you not, things that have been like I've been wanting to drop in today because I was just like, you know, universe, take care of it. You know, I'm just here for it. Like, I'm putting the stuff out. You help me out here, please. And like 2 or 3 things that I've been manifesting for a couple months now dropped right in.
Can you say them? Because they're fun.
Okay, so first thing was I've been trying to work with a financial advisor, and it's been this whole thing. And so I was waiting for his call back, and I asked him, I was like, where is he? Where is the call back here? And this is, you know, calling him a lot of manifestation just to get to that point, to find his number, to get in contact, all of that. It was a couple of months, and he called me today. He called me today this afternoon, and we set up everything, and it's all done.
Yes, everything that she's been wanting, investing, all this really cool stuff. I'm going to say it quick for you. Then she got asked to go to Hawaii, also asked to go to Mexico, also got a manifestation about a beautiful car upgrade that has been manifesting. A bike got given and delivered.
Thank you, Britt. Britt's watching it happen. I'm like, it's going to take me a while. Yes, a bike. I've been manifesting a new bike, and it got delivered through Britt.
And you tabled some things that were, you know, like keeping you up.
Oh, and then over the weekend, there was something a piece of furniture I've been trying to manifest for a couple of months. I found it. Okay?
Yes.
So it just starts to drop in, even when you think, like, you feel like things might be going a little slower, but you're working on the energy. It can change like that. It all happened today.
Fast.
Guys. Like, literally all dropped in today.
Yes.
It happened. That's what I said to myself. It can change in a day. And everything changes.
On a dime. Everything can change. And that's the reason why sometimes we're not supposed to make decisions right now. Because, you know, if we're making decisions right now, the decision may not be the highest, because if 2 other things happen, then your decision will be from this higher place with more resources, more information, a different frequency, whatever it is. It can be 100 variables, but it's just different. It's changed, it's shifted. And so if you're making the decision from right here, it's going to be very different than right here. So maybe you need 2 days, maybe you need an hour, maybe you need a week. You know, it's not a time thing, it's just a frequency. And if you try to force it over here, it's going to be a lower expression. It can be more expanded over here if you just wait and release and allow it to come through, right?
Okay.
Yes.
So the Pisces, you know, it's very much about surrendering into yourself, into the unknown, into the vast ocean, basically, right? It's representing, Pisces is the fish, but it can be representative of the entire ocean. It's just this full unity of consciousness. And so surrendering, and sometimes that can be scary. Like, think of, like, honestly, dark oceans are very scary to me, right? It's a void. It's the unknown. It's like, what's underneath my butt? Is a fish gonna bite me? You know, like, you don't know. It can be a little scary to surrender and trust, but we know by example and by your own life that there's definitely a time you guys can probably think of where you surrendered to the universe after feeling indecisive, and it just dropped in, and it dropped in ways that were better than you could have imagined. Yes? Guarantee this has happened to all of you.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah. And it's funny because it's really dropping in around, I mean, it may be coming in for relationships for you guys, also around purpose, and just anything that you're really ready to expand in your life. But a lot of times, especially on this path that so many of us are on, it does have to do with expanding our purpose and our mission and our vision and why we're here. So if you're feeling that call in a deeper way, or you're just starting to see more signs and synchronicities, it is really coming down to that choice and what we're feeding, and and taking these leaps. There are leaps that feel uncomfortable, and it is, you know, you can totally stay in your comfort zone. Like, that's completely fine. Have fun there. But the thing is it's not going to be that fun. We all know that. It's only a matter of time before you can't stay in your comfort zone anymore. So it's about that energy that we were talking about before in Aquarius season, where anything that is ready to release or you want to let go of or isn't serving you at the highest will somehow crumble. It will find a way to start to crumble and get your attention or start to fall away or release, because it won't be a match anymore. So we can sit here and, you know, experience the crumbling, or we can just take that energy and move it and move forward, right? We don't have to just sit here stagnant and crumble with everything that's crumbling.
Like, can you guys visualize what that looks like, right? Like when you're so focused on, and you are disciplined, like self-mastery and self-discipline. We came through Capricorn season, which is like really about developing the discipline to have self-mastery, okay? So you're focusing so much on this expansion. Why do we feel that the where we're standing needs to also come with us? It's a completely different place, right? You take your body and your vehicle, but you don't need to sometimes take your home. These things are outside of you. You don't take your home sometimes. You don't need to take the place that you're, you know, the city you're living in sometimes, the car that you have. Why do we try to hold on to some of these physical things that literally don't have the frequency that where we're trying to go? It's like, think about it's like dragging literally every single thing you've ever owned with you across the country multiple times. Why would you do that? Feels so heavy. And like, heavy. Oh, like a lot of energy, right? So think of it like, let the things go, let them crumble. It's supposed to crumble, because why would you bring it with you? You're going to create something even better. Like if you're going from a studio apartment, but you're a frequency match for like a 5-bedroom house by the water, why are you trying to hold on to that studio apartment? It served you. It was loving. It was beautiful. But like, let it go. What's the point? Because you may not really believe that that's coming, that you deserve that, because it's a frequency thing. Like Britt was saying, it's a frequency thing. It's not about a physical thing.
Pisces theme.
Okay? So like, let's not you know, like hold on to some of the things that want to crumble. They want to crumble because there's something better to replace it.
Always something better. And we don't need to worry about the how. So the how, though, is get your energy right, get your mind right, focus on you, give yourself that unconditional love, do the energy work, go within, and then reflect it out. And then, and yeah, there's a lot of purging right now. If you're feeling the purge in the physical space, let that shit go. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Maybe it's getting rid of a bunch of clothes or cleaning out your garage or whatever it is. It is the reason why spring cleaning, and as we're moving into the spring equinox, is like that, because that's the energy of the cosmos. So you might start to feel a lot of that. So maybe things will fall away for good. Maybe it needs to be cleansed, body cleanse. It's all of it. So tune into your intuition to what that means to you specifically. Like, what are you excited about purging, or what feels scary to let go, but you know that you want to. You can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
So
like my shelf.
There was this shelf, and it was coming to me, and I was literally like, you know what, like, it was one morning in my meditation, and I told Tara this. My guides were like, this shelf of Tara's like needs to go, and and they're like showing me it, and I'm like, can you guys talk to me about something a little bit more exciting than Tara's shelf right now? Like, why do I care about her shelf? And literally she messages me later that day like, I got this message again that I gotta let go of this shelf. It's for a much bigger reason. That's like a whole story, but I'm like, oh God, this shelf, like just freaking get rid of it right now. Just get rid of it.
But
today.
It might be something super simple like that. Like the space this shelf is in wants to transform into a more functional space for me where we can film things, and there can be a projector that can be there, and there's all these things it wants to be, but it hasn't happened because I'm holding on to the shelf.
A physical thing.
A physical thing. It's like, because I like the shelf and it's functional and it works there, and why would I get rid of it? It's a nice piece of furniture. It's like, because you're feeling it and it's not supposed to be there, because it's helping me to create something new in my apartment. We can get as granular as that when we're talking about transformation and taking leaps. Okay. It's sometimes just getting rid of your shelf.
Like silly things that you might not connect to the bigger picture, but everything is symbolism. So, okay. So we have so many journal prompts. We're about to open up a full we're about to release full new content in 528 Abundance Academy. So we have some journal prompts. A cool quote that I liked by Albert Einstein is the most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. So just allowing ourselves to tap into that mysterious energy, that unknown, and leaning into it with grace and ease. So we're going to be tapping into our book more. I know a lot of you guys have been doing rituals from the book, right? Mm-hmm. So we have a challenge that is tied to one of the intuition rituals in the book. And we're really going to be working with the intuition and the third eye and doing some tests and some expansion in the third eye in 528 Abundance Academy. And we really just encourage you guys to work with your third eye and tap into that, especially if that specific ritual calls to you. And then we have a new meditation, and really what came through for us as far as the energy work for this season, and the one that we're going to be all doing together, is bringing in more prana, more energy, more life force energy, so that you can be really grounded and strong in the nervous system and the mind and the intuition to be conscious and really feeding what you want, and really be connected and unified versus split. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's we call it the breadth and the depth expander. Okay. So when you it's a very easy way to raise your frequency. So when you're indecisive, it's let's raise above the indecision, right? The polarity, because indecision is polarity, right? It's just you're going back and forth between two things. So it's let's rise above that. Let's raise our frequency, and like Britt said, be able to choose. And we need more energy in our system. Also, as we're connecting with our intuition, when we have more life force and we're actually able to run higher frequency energy through our body via more life force, and also via cleansing the subconscious within Pisces season, is just innately you're going to be cleansing a lot of beliefs and thoughts and everything, right? And so innately you're cleansing
tons of shelves.
Yeah, all the nightstands and all the shelves and all the clothes, right?
You're going to have no furniture, no clothes.
I told Britt the other day, I'm like, I got to get out of this house or I'm going to put it all on the street. I just wanted to get it out. Anyway, so you're cleansed, so you're able to run higher frequency through your body. Then the messages you get from that hit your third eye are, you throw your microwave today.
Sorry, I'm not alive.
Oh man! Anyone else throw out anything funny? But you just we want higher messages. We want to be able to focus more, mm-hmm. and the prana is the energy.
Yes.
And with more energy, you have more focus, and you have the ability in the nervous system capacity to hold the vibe.
Like a goddamn queen.
Okay.
With your crown on, and you're good to make your decisions, and you're feeding what you want.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting pretty.
Okay.
And you're good. You can ride the waves. It's going to be all good. Even the really hard, challenging shit. You can alchemize it and transform it like a queen.
Okay. Amazing, you guys. So we've got some cool things. We've got we've got tomorrow's thing with us. Uranus square.
That whole thing.
That whole thing
is a thing.
Okay. So just
we got it.
We got it. We're good. And then we have the sun moving into Pisces on the 18th. And then, we're moving into love, universal love. Okay, the shadow side of Pisces, though, let's just understand the shadow side of Pisces is living in a fantasy land and not coming back to reality. Because it's ruled by Neptune, it can affect us and be kind of fantastical, which is good as we dream things up, but you have to come back as well and live in both. And it also can be very much a victim.
Victim mentality,
like a victim of your circumstance, a victim of, other people's like perceptions of you. And all of this is helped through the meditation, the chronic meditation, that we increase our frequency so we're out of the victim. We have to stay out of the victim. We need to go in there. Well, we need to go in there, but we don't want to get stuck in there, okay? To be in the victorious energy.
And that victim mentality can show up sometimes in some really sneaky ways. Like we were talking about earlier, it can show up oftentimes connected to the ego, where it can make you feel wrong for doing the victorious, for trying something new, for feeding what you want and what you haven't done before. It can make you feel wrong for doing that because it doesn't feel safe. So just pay attention to that victim energy and any ideas, old thoughts, and feelings that are coming through that are telling you like, no, gotta stay there, you gotta stay there. That's not right. Like, you shouldn't do that. You should stay right here with what you know. It's all of that kind of stuff that's like victim. Stay in your little box. Don't break your box.
Stay in your comfort zone. It's okay. You can stay in your comfort zone. It sounds a little devilish, doesn't it? You can stay in your comfort zone. It's okay.
Yeah, stay there.
Stay there. It's all right. This is safe. That's a little indulgent. So Kelly, this is a good question. How do you get better third eye messages? So that's just raising your frequency. All of it's an energy game. All of this is an energy game. We have to all remember that and really let that sink in.
Yes.
This is all an energy game. It's not about how, it's not about, trying to control the outside circumstances, right? It's about the energy and the inner work, because then you are a magnetic field.
Yes. So, and you're connected to your truth, to your soul, to who you are, your heart, you're deeply connecting in.
So you're a magnetic field, and that might come from your heart. Okay. And so you send out messages with your, you send out thoughts, and then the feelings are what bring that energy back to you and bring things to you. So when we need to have higher frequency thoughts and higher frequency feelings, we need more energy in the body. And what's more energy in the body is prana, breath, life force, breathing. That's why we do a lot of breath work here.
Yes.
That's why we really focus on a lot of breath work and then doing weird meditations and movements. We do Kundalini yoga, Kelly. So we do Kundalini, and Kundalini is like weird angles and triangles, and it basically pushes and breaks up energy, stagnancy in any part of your body and really in the chakra system. And that helps us to have more energy, run higher frequency through us. So we're innately high frequency beings, but we are trained through so many different programs that really dull us down, and then we choose if they're going to stay that way or not.
So it's a lot of unlearning, reprogramming, and elevating with anything that we've been, that's been suppressive in the past or the present. So we have who's doing a ritual from Good Morning Intentions. Somebody asked us about what book. So if anybody's new to us, or you haven't seen our brand new book, Good Morning Intentions, came out, and it's 21 rituals. So we started a 40-day challenge. You can hop in at any time, but so many of you guys are doing one of the rituals. Feel free to share which ritual you're doing. So you're doing that, and then if you're a 528 Abundance Academy member, you are most likely finishing up the Aquarius season meditation that has been doing a lot. Okay, we've got a lot of natural Xanax. 13 is a magnet for miracles. I'm doing that one. Amazing.
Okay.
Oh, good. So many of you guys are doing that one. So yeah, the meditation we've been doing has been really helping with a lot of things. One of them being depression, or kind of like those frequencies of sadness and depression that has come online in a bigger way for a lot of people throughout the past year. So you can continue to work with that. And then we're bringing in a new meditation that is a really good one to add in the front of your ritual or at the end of your ritual. I would recommend at the end of your ritual that you're doing. So we're starting this new meditation all together in 528, and it's called the Breath and Depth Expander. It's the meditation to develop your pranic energy. So that's what Tara was talking about. And that is the meditation that's come through to really do the energy work and the mindset work and really charge up the body and the mind.
Yes.
To speak in and align with this Pisces energy so that we can be really harmonizing with the higher frequencies and the light frequency side of the Pisces energy.
Exactly. And the reason we are really working with this pranic energy is because when we get to the new moon in Pisces around, I think it's the 13th of March, it's really a time of taking leaps. Okay, taking leaps and quantum leaping is a frequency change. It's like turning the dial from 98.1 to 102.7 Kiss FM. Okay, that's a LA radio station. So it's
radio station seems so old school.
I know. So it's literally like turning the dial like that. You just turn it. You go from 98 to 102. It's like, whoa, you did a leap. It's about frequency.
Yeah.
What is that?
6 minutes of heaven. Aquarius season.
Oh.
But it is. Yeah, it is about taking that leap. So who is committing to this new meditation? There's a short and a long version. It's either 15 minutes or 27 minutes. So if you could just commit to adding 15 minutes.
I think it's actually different.
Oh, it is.
It's going to be a little shorter than that, guys.
So shorter.
The meditation on both short and long is going to be 5 minutes, but there's different warm-ups to get us really open.
Yes.
So we'll just 5 minutes is what we need, though, and we're going to be. It's interesting. You're going to like it. I think you're going to like it. I love breath work.
Right? So who is committing? We're going to start on Thursday, right?
Yep.
Thursday. We're starting on Thursday. In the calendar, on the app, in 528 Abundance Academy will be day 1, Pisces season meditation. We're going to kick it off. Do it at the end of your ritual or the beginning of your ritual. Do it in the morning is always best. Or if you want to do your ritual in the morning and this meditation at night, you could do that. Just make it work for your life and your schedule. Kelly is asking about the book. So the link is in our bio on Instagram. You can go on Amazon and type in Good Morning Intentions. It's also at Target and Barnes & Noble and other bookstores. And then if you go to elevateglove.com/Good Morning Intentions, after you buy the book, put in your order number, and then you'll sync in with our emails and motivation to where we're doing a ritual all together for 40 days, and you just choose one in the book. And if you buy it and you want to hop in and start today or tomorrow, just email us at support@elevatetheglove.com and we'll get you a unique link PDF so you can get started right away.
Okay, cool. And then what else? Oh, I was just going to say.
Yay! You guys feeling it? So many of you are committing. So
yes,
let's really commit and come together and rally our accountability around this so we can really stay consistent. And this is what will sustain these higher frequencies. So, we're calling in these manifestations. You've manifested a lot. You're continuing to manifest really high frequency things that are aligned with your purpose, your mission, your vision, high levels of abundance. So we're doing that, we're being that, we're embodying that, we're believing it. And then we really got to be charged up and hold it and have our frequency and our nervous system and our mind strong so we can continue and continue to build that momentum.
Okay. And you guys, Mercury goes direct here on Saturday, right? The 20th is Saturday?
Yes.
So Mercury's going direct, and that's exciting. Yay. But it definitely, when it stations direct on Saturday, it might feel a little more intense because it always, anytime a planet stations from being either going into a retrograde or going direct, it gets a little crazy.
Yes, and then it comes out of the shadow.
It does.
Yes.
Thank you, Elizabeth. On the 13th. So
on the 13th.
I always find the shadow periods are a little bit more funky.
Yes.
Than the actual retrograde.
Right?
What else?
So yeah, we're focusing on the third eye chakra. We have a challenge in the academy to open up the third eye, our intuition in bigger ways. So we're just going to be really supporting each other. We're all going to be coming together in bigger ways to heal and expand and grow this Pisces season. So we're very excited because, there is any energy that you're feeling of depression, even if it's like a dull sort of sadness type of energy.
Or just stagnancy.
Right? It's, you will feel it bubbling up or starting to really bubble up in a way that is ready to transform and heal and let go. So we're going to just really ride these waves and assist and help that energy to move so that, it's not continuing.
All right.
Over and over and over again. Okay.
You guys, so we're going to have such a good season.
Yes.
And we're getting ourselves ready to take some big leaps towards the end of the season. And we're doing that by showing ourselves a lot of love.
Yes.
A lot of love, dreaming up new things, releasing and letting things just crumble behind us. Things need to go. They need to go because they're not, you don't want to bring your studio apartment into your new mansion. Like,
right.
You probably don't want your furniture either. You probably want new stuff. Okay. So let some things just go, and you got to learn how to trust. And the way we learn how to do it is by testing it out.
Practice.
You got to practice with little things and then bigger things and bigger things and bigger things. Okay. Because things are always working out for you. Always.
And we have tools. We have the energy work. We have the affirmations, the mindset tools. We can really use our tools and love ourselves enough to practice, right? And our practice looks like the movement, the energy work, the breath, the taking a break, the giving yourself what you need, the listening to your intuition, the surrendering, the tabling something that's not ready, taking that leap. So it's all different things for different people. It's not about, somebody telling you what that looks like for you. It's about you loving yourself enough to use the tools that you need in the moment that you need them and listen to your intuition and tune up your body, mind, and spirit so that you're synced up and your compass is tuned up, which is just your mind, and your energy field is tuned up, not distorted, not disconnected, not split, so that you can receive, listen, feed what you want, and continue to heal, transform, move. Yeah. Right? So it's like this whole beautiful dance that we're in right now.
Okay, guys. And then on Thursday, and we talked a little bit about purpose, and a lot of people, I think over the last, since 2021 has started, I think purpose and dharma and, really getting into why am I here? A lot of people on the planet are questioning, why am I here on this planet? And that's really cool. I think so many more people, I'm so excited that people are looking to that, looking and questioning what they're doing. I think that's a product of 2020.
Definitely such a silver lining.
Yeah. So we're going to be hosting on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, the Leaders of the New Earth webinar. It is complimentary. Come join us. And it's for people who are really, and I think a lot of you here are really ready to energetically align with that purpose. And it doesn't always have to mean that you're going to change your job and become a spiritual entrepreneur, but it might be that you are pulling more of this kind of energy into your current business, your current career, anything that you already have going on, and making it even more aligned with your soul. So we are definitely excited about the Leaders of the New Earth. It's for people who feel like they are leaders of the new earth.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. So we're going to be specifically talking about that specifically, like what that means to us to be a leader of the new earth, and what is coming in specifically around, how we can all collectively do that as a very strong, connected collective here at Elevate the Globe. So we're going to be diving into that specifically and answering any questions that you have. So any questions that you have around your purpose, vision, mission. And like Tara said, it doesn't have to be just for entrepreneurs, but if you feel like you're a teacher, a healer, an entrepreneur, if you know that you're meant to serve and teach and share, whether that's to your kids in a bigger, more conscious way as a mama or a papa, or whether that's in your current career, bringing in more light, bringing in more wisdom, more love, more high frequency, more consciousness. It can look like a million different things, and it absolutely doesn't look like any one thing at all. That's one of the biggest themes of being a leader of the new earth, is creating something that maybe has never been created before and often hasn't. So we're going to be diving into all of that. So make sure you're signed up. We have the link in our bio on Instagram. Do we have it here?
Well, it's elevatetheglobe.com/new earth training.
Perfect.
New earth training.
New earth training. So just put in your email. We'll give you a reminder.
We're both like, is that it? He's like,
yes.
That's it.
So we're doing fun live this week. This was so fun to hang out with you guys and tap into Pisces season. Thank you guys for joining us. And we'll be back on Thursday to hang out again. So definitely join if you feel called to that. And I'm excited for Pisces season. So excited for each and every one of you. And we believe in you, and we really believe in the work that you're doing, and are just really proud and honored and happy for all of you. And we're here for you, and we're excited, and we're all just going to keep feeding the goodness and the love, and bringing along that anything that wants to be transformed into love and healed.
Okay, and then we are also going to be hosting a new moon gathering here in 528 Abundance Academy coming in March. So very excited for that. We always have so much going on and always so many things to join. So again, if you're not in the 40-day challenge for Good Morning Intentions, join that. Yes. Join us in 528. Join us for Leaders of the New Earth. This is just regular scheduled programming over here. Okay? So we'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, love you guys.
Satnam.
Satnam. Happy Pisces season.
Bye.
Bye.